Today I'm going to be talking about a couple of things today with the Saints. First, I'm going to be talking about really just the questionable play calling of Kellen Moore over the past few weeks of him in his first year as a head coach, and mostly just trying to discuss those questionable play calls and him needing to work on that. And then the second part of this video, also, we're going to talk about something of a bright spot, really, on this team, despite us having a losing record, and that is our defense. Our defense has been pretty solid over the past few weeks and has sort of been solid throughout the whole season. So those are the two things we'll be talking about in this video that I wanted to do and all that. So yes, again, those are the two things we'll be talking about in today's video. Of course, we're a couple days away this weekend, a big division rival matchup this weekend against the Bucks. Not really going to go much into the game. I don't know if I'll do a preview or anything like that this week, but I will have a review for the game and all that. But with that out of the way, that of course is for later on this week and of course this weekend. Now let's go ahead and talk about this video. Before we get into the video, guys, if you guys of course are fans of football content or enjoy football content, I do content like that with Saints and LSU, as well as also do some wrestling content as well. So you guys are fans of those contents or enjoy this types of content as well, definitely a channel for you. So if you guys are new to the channel or haven't yet here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. And now with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. No cut, no anything. Maybe that right there. No cut or anything like that. Just going to go ahead straight into it. So of course the big one to start off is of course the sort of play calling that Kellen Moore has been having over the past few weeks, especially. Not only like throughout the whole year, but has definitely been shown, especially these past two games with the Dolphins and especially against the Falcons. And really just the trouble is questionable calls, especially like going forward on fourth downs and like just not having having great a lack of identification really for this offense, because like there's no identity on this offense is probably a good thing to say. There's no identity, like again, no identity on this offense. We can't run the ball. We can barely get any passing done, and I mean, it's no offense to Tyler Shook and no offense to these players. I mean, last week against the Dolphins was played pretty well by Tyler Shook, and of course we had Devon Vele have an amazing career game in his career game this past game as well. But there are still some questions to be asked and questions to be answered for this offense. Is like, can this offense like get something going? Because these past two games are a key example of Kellen Moore's questionable play calling. Because if you guys know, even though he's the head coach, and we have, of course, Nussmeier, who, not Garrett Nussmeier, his dad, is our offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore mostly makes the play calls. It's him and Nussmeier do the offense, but he mostly is sort of the one making the calls. Not just because he's the head coach, but because he also is the play caller for our offense. There is definitely some questions, not just with him as a head coach, but just him as a play caller, like I said before. I'm repeating myself so many times. But still, like, there's questionable, aggressive calls to go for it on fourth down, especially earlier in the year. And then, of course, against the Falcons was a prime example. We couldn't do crap in the red zone. And it's like, whenever we could finally get to the red zone, we stall out and we can't get anything going. And, we only had 3 points that game, in the red zone. And the only touchdown that came from that game was the defense touchdown by Justin Reed. So, I mean, there's this play calling is just all over the place. And even on, like, critical third downs. And, like, a good example would be, of course, the end of the game against Miami. It's 3rd down and 1. They try to pass. It's 3rd and short. They try to pass it down deep to Chris Olave. A lot of fans definitely have gone back and said, and I look back at it as well, even though the game was over, we still put up a fight. It is what it is. The season's already over. I wasn't even expecting us to win the game. And I said it, of course, in my review video. If you guys watched my review video, there definitely, you look back at it, there could have just been a chance because you had one timeout and you could have just run the clock down. There's enough time for you to run a play, like a run play, like run for the first down with Neal or whoever, get the first down, and either spike the ball or call a timeout. That's all you needed to probably do in that scenario. But you go for the deep ball, you risk it, and it was like, okay, it was almost close for a catch for Olave, and then it's like, okay, 4th and 1, then you run it and try to maybe call a timeout. But that right there, in some fans' eyes, and looking back at it, and I kind of agree with what they say, but I mean, I don't talk about it enough because like that game's already done, it's already been talked about with, but it is a key thing to go back and talk about because of this man's questionable play calling. Is why would you not run it on 3rd down and then like call a timeout, spike the ball, or do whatever to stop the clock, and then you try to make a couple of plays and try to go down the field and score a touchdown and try to get the game and try to win the game. That didn't, of course, happen. The other issue is, of course, especially it's happened throughout the season, we can't get anything going in the first half. The only time that we were actually, in my like knowing, we were at least successful in the first half of a game was our win against Carolina. Ever since after that, the game against Atlanta, this past game against Miami, even though we came back and almost had the win, we couldn't get anything going in the first half. That's another thing they need to change with this offense, and it involves the play calling. It involves play calling because it's still always questionable of the play calls, especially not only just like deciding on going forward for 4th downs. It's also the play calling and the play selection when it's like a 3rd down and long or a critical 3rd down or something like that, and it's a random play that they run, and it questions like the decision making, and it's kind of rough because you had a great game either way by Tyler Shook, who threw 2 touchdowns and over 200 yards. He's right now already had a really good season. He's over 1,000 yards. He's over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's been improving almost every game. He had his first 2 touchdown performance. He improved after he threw for 2 and after he threw for an interception. So you got to give him credit, especially over in that game, in that game right now. And he's been playing better in the games in these past few games he started and played in than what Spencer Rattler, and I can understand why he is going to start for the rest of the season. But then not only did you have that, you had Devon Vele play outstanding as well. You had Devon Vele to play outstanding as well with a touchdown, and with a performance like that, I wouldn't be shocked if they do utilize him more. That's the question. Will they utilize him more? And that's the question kind of going to go into this game against the Bucks. Is can we get something going quickly in the first half, and will we see a little bit more better play calling? I don't know. And I want to say this before I finish up this first half of the video before I get to the second half. The one thing I do want to say is this: I'm not on the train or the bandwagon of some fans who probably at this point, because of how this record is, and definitely probably questionable decision making offensively with his decision and playmaking. Not playmaking, but like his questionable calls. I'm not wanting him fired. I'm not going after him after his head and all that, of wanting him off the team. Because of course it's the usual stuff. It's his first year head coach. It is what it is. But I'm saying this though, if he continues to be like this next season, if he does coach next season, because we don't know what this team will actually do, then I will probably actually question him probably not being the coach. Because if he continues to be the same sort of play caller that he is now next year, then probably yes. But I think right now, hopefully, because there's still a lot of time, and there's a lot of time going in the next season, for him to work on his play calling. Because right now, at this point, the play calling he's using is not working, especially in the first half, and especially in key situations towards the end of the game. That's all I really got to say at this final portion of this video is just hopefully he can work on it, and hopefully he can become a better play caller. So yeah. So the second half of this video, sort of a positive, I want to say, of this video. Not that, of course, it was negative stuff that I was saying or anything, but it's sort of a positive that I want to talk about, and that's this defense. This defense has been performing pretty solid and pretty good. Have they been the best defense in the NFL? No. They've been a solid defense no matter what. And of course, it all comes down to the two veterans on this defense in Demario Davis and Cam Jordan. Demario Davis soundly ahead in total tackles with 111 tackles on the team. No doubt about it. He, of course, again leads the team in total tackles. Just behind him is Pete Warner with 66. But also, you got some great young talent on this team. You had Stutzman, who had that big hit on Devon A-Chain. You have Quincy Riley, who I believe has an interception this year and definitely is successful. You, of course, also have now helped bolster this defense a little bit, especially now with potentially Justin Reed out for the next few weeks or maybe the rest of the season with this knee injury. You picked up a pretty good undrafted free agent from last year when he played with the Steelers called Bernie. I think it was Bernie Wilson or something like that was his name. It was Bernie something. His first name was Bernie, but he had 4 interceptions last year. He had 2 of them against Aaron Rodgers and the Jet when Aaron Rodgers with the Jets last year. So he could be a solid contributor to this defense, especially with a veteran like Justin Reed. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how he plays or where he is going to be at on this defense next week. Or this upcoming weekend, I should say, not next week. This upcoming weekend against against Tampa Bay. I don't know why I was about to say San Francisco. But then, of course, you have Cam Jordan, who is by far looking like friggin' prime Cam Jordan. 2 sacks last game against the Dolphins, despite the loss. Yes, 6.5 sacks right now on the year, 9 tackles for loss. And he's playing like it, and I've seen that he is getting votes for a Pro Bowl. Which I believe this will be the first Pro Bowl in a while, I think it's been for Cam Jordan. I do want to say this. Chase Young, who missed the first 5 games with that injury, there was some question about like how he would play with missing so much time. In 7 games, he has 5 sacks in 7 games. That is pretty impressive, especially with him being out the first couple weeks of the season. So like, you have Chase Young, who's I don't want to say dominant, who's been playing pretty solid. You have Cam Jordan, our veteran, who is playing solid as well, and maybe could be one of his final years with us. So yeah, I want to say though, this defensive back unit, despite not that many interceptions from our team, we've been locked down, I want to say. Sort of locked down. We have not had a 100-yard receiver at all this season. The only person I think that was close to 100 yards receiving was Kayshawn with New England. Of course, a former LSU Tiger, who's been having a great season with New England. So I think he was the only one that I know of. If there's anybody else, let me know. If there was any other wide receivers, let me know in the comments down below. Was the only receiver who had the most yards against this defense. And I'm not saying that this team has been great as a lockdown pass defense, but this has been pretty good. And honestly, Cooley McKinstry, he's been on and off, I want to say, but these past few weeks, of course, he had the 2 interceptions against New York. He finally got his 3rd interception of the season. He leads the team in interceptions. He also leads the team in PD, which is pass deflections or passes defended, with 9 passes defended. So he technically has been pretty good and has been locked down, and this has been an improved season with him being the number 1 cornerback on the team. Of course, you had Justin Reed, who had the first and only pick 6 by our defensive backs. Alante Taylor's been pretty good with an interception as well. He has 5 pass deflections. Quincy Riley has been pretty locked down. He's 2nd on the team in passes defended, and also has an interception. And the other rookie Jonas Sanker, has, of course, four passes defend, and also has an interception as well. So you have two rookies who already have interceptions this year, who could be bright young stars for this defense, in Quincy Riley and in Jonas Sanker. Of course, now you've added a new safety because Justin Reed's going to be out. So you've added a pretty good, talented safety. You had a pretty good season his rookie year, again with 4 interceptions, 2 of them against Aaron Rodgers and when he played with the Jets last year. So all in all, it's been a solid performance season by almost each individual player on this defense, especially. And the one I'm excited for and really glad who's still having a pretty productive season is Kool-Aid McKinstry. And he had a pretty good game last year, or not last year, last week, this past weekend against Miami. He had the critical interception. He also had a critical tackle for loss. I think it was Ollie Gordon who was running it. It was a 4th and 1 for Miami. He came from behind on the little cornerback blitz, trying to stop the run, stopped him, like actually took him down for a loss, gave us the ball back with a turnover on downs. So honestly, Cole McKinstry, he's been on and off, but he has secretly been pretty productive and has definitely been very much improved from his rookie year, and has definitely been having a really solid second year, in my opinion. And it's definitely looking at the stats that he has right now. So definitely just looking forward to seeing like how much, or like looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes with Kool-Aid McKinstry, and definitely looking forward to seeing like how the rest of his career goes as well, because now it's like definitely hopefully he can continue to dominate or like be productive as he is right now. So really, again, the sort of bright spot right now on this team is the defense. I said this before in my review video. The only sort of concern really is we definitely still need to work on tackling, mostly the open field tackling against the run, which is also our other main issue, as we do have some problems with the run. Of course, Devon Achane had a really great game against us, over 100 yards. He's a great player. He's one of probably the most underrated running backs right now in the NFL this season, especially over the past few years as well. So definitely was a tough running back to play against, and we have faced other tough running backs as well. So the run game is definitely the one sort of problem a little bit with our defense and tackling as well. But that's mostly and again, the defense has definitely been the solid bright spot of this team so far up to this point, and hopefully they can continue not this dominance, but can continue this solid performance throughout the rest of the season, despite, yes, what our record looks like and probably however much more games we end up losing. So yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's kind of a pretty long video here, but hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you guys, if you guys did make it all the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video and made it all the way to this point. I did say it before at the beginning of the video, don't know if I'm going to do a preview video for the Buccaneer game. I know I've kind of made some preview stuff, so maybe not, maybe I will. I'll let you guys know if you follow the Instagram or follow me on X. The links to both of those, if you guys are not, links to both will be down in the description below, I should say. So definitely go follow those. So I'll definitely let you guys know on one of those two platforms. But I will still probably have a review video as well for the game. Really just depending on how the game will go, but I'll probably still do a review video. I want to try to get back to doing those as well. So yeah. If you guys made it all the way to this part of the video, toward the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the video, what you guys think about the Kellen Moore play calling situation, and do you agree with what I said with him with the play calling and all that, and also you guys agree with this defense being pretty solid. Let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments down below. And so yeah. Again, if you guys end up enjoying this video, again, thank you guys so much for watching. But if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, hit that like button. As always, let me redo that. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. And with that being said, and everything out of the way, I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a blessed, amazing, wonderful day. Peace.